my colleague Jukka Laitera. We come from Turku Science Park Ltd, and we are here to present our Maritime Accelerator program. As Pia was wondering during the panel that it would be nice to bring some companies from other industries next year, we are actually doing this already this year, so Pia, don't worry about that. And before letting our partners and growth companies on the stage, we will have a short introduction about the Maritime Accelerator program. And this year we have 3 partners on board. We have Meyer Turku, Rauma Marine Constructions, and Royal Caribbean. And as a Turku Science Park, we are organizer of the Maritime Accelerator program, and we got support from our partner Avanto Ventures.
Good evening. Nice to see you here. I was actually listening to the opening speech and also the panel. Quite interestingly, Pia Melling and Mikael Mäkinen were asking for real action and concrete solutions. So if you ask what is this all about, what comes to the Maritime Accelerator, this is the thing. They were also in the panel referring to the conservatism which is known to this industry. We trying to break it. We trying to open the bubble, go out and find something else beyond the maritime industry. So the hands you saw, which were raised when the question was put, who is coming from outside, I think half of them came from our partners participating in the Maritime Accelerator. So we would like to see more of this kind of companies here in the future. And this is all about cooperation, which was also mentioned in the panel discussion. We look this matter, of course, from the perspective of Finnish maritime industry, from the perspective of European maritime industry, and we all know that this everything, what comes to the success, is based on know-how, and that's exactly what we want to foster. But all the innovation is not done by ourselves in the maritime industry. Actually, like I said, there's a danger of being in the bubble and limited by that what you are just now doing, not being able to see beyond. So we are bringing in companies from other industries, like applying ICT, energy, maybe environmental expertise, maybe, as last year, insight to public health. To our industry, we can bring something new. We can track, we can explore the grey areas which are beyond our industry and bring something new to everybody of us.
So how the program actually works? So the program starts with our partner companies setting their own or common goals or themes for the program. And then 100 of growth companies who already have an existing product or solution, but they might be from different industry, are screened according to these themes set by the partners in order to find the most suitable ones. And the most suitable ones are to be interviewed. And then after the interviews, the best ones are then again invited for the next step, which is the boot camps. And during those boot camps, the partners and growth companies will work as a team and develop the cooperation in order to create concrete solutions for the real need. So the program is all about accelerating the cooperation, not about accelerating the startups. And the benefit of the ecosystem is also one of a kind. So the outcome of the program is new, innovative and concrete solutions which results in better business for the parties involved. Soon you will be able to see some of outcomes of this year's program. and the core of this is the win-win situation between the partners and the growth companies. So both parties will benefit from this. So it's more sales and potentially totally new market for the growth company, and it's improving the business for the partner. So if you want to join our next program, so Maritime Accelerator 2020, please visit our webpage maritimeaccelerator.com for more information or contact details so that we can let you know more about it. Now I guess you're quite curious about to see what we have been doing during the Maritime Accelerator 2019. So it's time to let our growth companies and partners on the stage. So please, Royal Caribbean and NJ.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Appreciate it. Well, we at Royal Caribbean, we are basically always on the lookout for new future-proof technical solutions in order to keep pushing beyond the barriers, beyond the boundaries and limitations, and to have more efficient, more sustainable vessels out there, and to regain as much energy as we can on board. And imagine that being one of the top players in the industry, having more than 60 vessels out there and many more to come, one small step or one small change within our fleet could actually mean a giant leap within the industry itself. However, we've been facing some challenges to recover as much energy as we could during and within the galley installations and the galley system, because at this point we did not have any working solutions available yet. However, with our collaboration with NJ, we are aiming to accelerate on trend-setting leads in maximizing energy recovery and energy efficiency. So Niels, if you could walk us through how it works, would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're not alone at Royal Caribbean. Where most people around the world see thin air, at NJ we see enormous energy potential. Within any restaurant around the world, there's a ventilation system like in most other buildings. It's there to maintain a proper interior climate, so it gets rid of grease, it gets rid of humidity, it gets rid of heat. The problem with cooking and the air that you extract from the kitchen is that it's polluted with grease. Grease will, in general, devastate any technical equipment that it encounters. It'll clog it, it'll over time totally destroy it, make sure it doesn't operate at all. What we've done is that we've developed the world's worst filter. So it lets all the grease go straight through, and instead we turn that into an energy recovery unit. That means that from now on you can actually get to that energy that's today just being thrown straight out the window. And obviously one of the areas where this is applicable is on board. When we came here we knew very little about maritime industry. But we see that there's a transition from an HVAC energy system where you take the heat up from the engine, the residual heat, and use it for all types of heating and cooling. And you want to transition to a system where basically you keep that energy below deck, make sure that the engine operation and all other systems are improved and more efficient. Which means that the low-grade heat on board will have to be more of a circular economy. And that's where we come in. We've taken a very proven product of an exhaust air heat pump. We've made a small but significant technical development and redeployed it so that we can now actually get to the energy from restaurant ventilation. And obviously now we need to call it galley ventilation. We're looking at a joint first project, and looking at one ship, we can actually make sure that we save 200 tons of fuel, so high fuel oil, which corresponds to about 600 tons of fossil CO2. And looking at your fleet, that would then mean that we can save 75,000 barrels of fuel, and also emissions of 22,500 cars per year. So why are we the ones who could actually break this? Well, I don't have time to go through technical details, but it's a state-of-the-art aerodynamics in the filter coil that sits in the airstream. And also, if you come and talk to me later, I will happily tell you about the barbecue eureka moment that we had to make this work. Thank you.
And next we will have Rauman Marine Constructions and AI Foresight. Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Jukka Suppila from RC.
Good afternoon. My name is Pyry Virrantaus. I'm partner and head of sales at AI Foresight.
Our company is a newborn shipbuilding company. Our main products are passenger ferries, naval ships, and other special vessels. Our order book is right now about 1 million euros, and till the end of 2025.
Shortly about AI Foresight. We are bringing situational awareness by digital means to any construction project. In other words, it's like a flight control operations provided with digital data streams to enable decision makers in a project to work on the same databases to increase productivity and improve lead times.
And we are working a bit new or different way compared to the traditional shipbuilding companies. We have a very lean organization. Right now, today, our staff is about 130 people. But we are more focusing on not making, but managing. And due to the operational way, we have several problems and challenges concerning safety, efficiency, and operational transparency. And now we have found AI Foresight, whose tools can maybe help us solving these problems. And we have agreed to start with the safety issues first.
Right, so a practical demonstration how we digitalize HSE. AI Foresight comes from construction industry, but we found out that there's a huge amount of similarities between traditional construction business and shipbuilding. In this particular case, you see a real-life example. Actually, this construction site is not too far away from here. So, with this advanced video material, the people who are running the normal safety walks, they can actually, during the safety walk, they can document the whole environment. It could be a ship easily, so it doesn't take into account what environment it is. And based on that material and the source system, the process will then make the observations of that visit and walk to the system. So you can see that each and every observation is actually a ticket. So each observation leaves a mark that can be assigned to any person required to fix that particular issue. And there you can see that each and every ticket has detailed information, and eventually you can then run what kind of reports you want. So it automates, digitalizes a lot of manual work when it comes to health and safety management in real life. So this is one example of our system to enable full documentation. And one example is that you can also click on the deck plan to put the video to whatever part of the ship you want. So you're easily able to get the understanding and the video material from whatever part of the ship, so you can easily understand what is happening. And eventually, now starting with this safety part, we are then able to increase the use cases. We have also identified areas like weight inventory and things like that. So you can actually have this kind of flight control operations eventually.
Yes, the safety issues is the first thing in our collaboration, and the efficiency and transparency things are maybe the next.
Exactly. Thank you.
And next, last but not least, Meyer and Guayo.
Yeah, thanks, Sophia. Great to be here. Yeah, my name is Kari, and here's Gary from QIO. Yeah,
The new Finnish boy band.
indeed. But anyway, before I speak, I start, by introducing our goals, a little bit ourselves. So I come from my Turku shipyard, where we build big cruise ships, and similarly in Meyerwerft in Germany, and then we have this third smaller ones, which is currently supporting our work in these bigger shipyards. We have a pretty good situation in Meyer Turku. We have 8 big cruise ships in our order book, and similarly also even more ships in Meyerwerft, some small ones there along those parts, but still. All of this has meant for us that we have invested a lot to our production facilities, and we have lots of projects going on to improve our production methods, etc. And I just wanted to bring this up because last year we concentrated more on production side. And among those, we have one pilot we did, in fully in operation now. So that from Maritime Accelerator program. But this year we concentrate more on energy efficiency, on our product itself, and energy efficiency, emissions, etc. We work a lot on these topics, We always try to find out better means to reduce the emissions on board, find out new technologies to improve the energy efficiency. And of course, more and more nowadays, we are also concentrating or trying to find out means to ensure that ships, what we deliver, are also operated in most efficient way. And with that, I like to give a floor to QEO, which we believe that will help us in this journey.
Okay, thanks, Kari. So QIO is a software startup that specialises in bringing artificial intelligence, so AI-infused applications, specifically into the industrial sector. So today we've worked a lot in aerospace, in oil and gas, and in manufacturing, a little in marine. We focus on 4 main areas with our AI analytics. Up on your top left-hand side, you can see our energy efficiency application. On the top right-hand side, you can see we have a production and supply chain optimization product that helps reduce inventory and navigate a way through complex production networks. Down there on the bottom right is predictive maintenance and prescriptive maintenance, which allows you to get to another level of cost savings in your maintenance regimes over and above what you could achieve with reactive maintenance or preventative maintenance. And then finally on the bottom left-hand corner, just following on from some of the conversations earlier on, we've actually got a dynamic risk and compliance product which we use in the autonomous vehicle market. So that might be of interest in transferring that across, following on from some of the discussions. As Kari said, what we're focused on with Meyer is very much around the energy efficiency application and looking at how we can bring our advanced analytics to the very complex energy systems the comprehensive systems that Meyer have. But if any of you are interested in any of the other products, then please talk to me afterwards. We don't do a lot of marketing, but we are quite well recognised in the analyst community. So we're one of the only startups. We've been on the Gartner IoT Magic Quadrant for the last 2 years. We're also very proud of our ISO 27001 security certification. We heard about the importance of security earlier on. That's still quite uncommon for AI applications running in the cloud, but obviously crucially important for the industrial sector. Now, at the boot camp yesterday, we were having an interesting discussion about how exciting AI was, but how it was a bit like teenage sex. That everyone was talking about it, but nobody was really doing it, and nobody was really sure how it worked. So at QIO, we are really doing it. We have been running business critical systems with AI for the last 3 years at global scale on the cloud with some of our marquee clients you can see there. For those of you wondering what QIO stands for, it stands for Questions, Insights and Outcomes. For those of you still thinking about teenage sex, it does not stand for Quick In and Out.